Imagine someone offers you a deal. Every single second, $100 appears in your bank account. Not every hour, not every minute, every second. While you eat, while you sleep, while you watch this video. By the time you finish blinking, you've made another $100. It sounds like infinite money. So here's the question this whole video is built around. Could that actually make you richer than the richest people on Earth? The answer is so strange it might quietly break the way you think about numbers. So let's start the clock. 1 second in, you have $100. 10 seconds and you've got $1,000, a nice dinner out. Wait a minute and 40 seconds and it's $10,000, a used car just like that. Give it 16 minutes and you cross $100,000. That's more than the average American household earns in an entire year. Keep the clock running. In under 3 hours, the counter rolls past $1 million. 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds to be exact. You're a millionaire before lunch. By now, the small stuff is a joke. A top-of-the-line gaming PC? Under a minute. A brand new Tesla Model S? About 16 minutes. A Ferrari SF90, nearly $500,000, is a little over an hour. A Rolls-Royce Phantom, about an hour and a half. Let the machine run a full day, and $8.6 million lands in your account. A week? $60 million. Now the toys get serious. A Gulfstream private jet? Around $80 million. Just 9 days. One of the largest super yachts on the ocean? $500 million? Under 2 months. A month in, you've quietly made $260 million. And after 1 full year, the total reads $3.15 billion. Stop and sit with that. In a single year, you'd be a billionaire 3 times over. So surely by now you're near the top, right? We've barely started. Let's compare you to the rest of us. The average American earns about $70,000 a year. You pass that in under 12 minutes. The typical worker earns around $1.7 million in an entire lifetime, 40 years of work. Every paycheck, every raise, every promotion. You'd match all of it in under 5 hours. Across the whole planet, the average person earns about $13,000 a year. You'd out-earn them before your coffee gets cold, a little over 2 minutes. A millionaire, the dream of most of the world. You blew past $1 million before lunch on day 1. 10 million? Just over a day. $100 million, the kind of fortune fewer than 1 in 100,000 people ever touch. 11.5 days. At this point, you should feel unstoppable. You are richer than almost everyone who has ever lived. And you've been earning for less than 2 weeks. So the billionaires must be close now. They're not. They're not even in sight. Let's aim higher. The famous. The faces on every screen. The biggest movie stars build fortunes in the hundreds of millions of dollars. The highest paid athletes across an entire career land in the same range. The biggest musicians, the biggest creators on earth, a rare few climb up there too. So how long to reach a fortune of a few $100 million? Around a month, maybe 2. And the tiny handful of celebrities who become full billionaires. To reach $1 billion, your machine runs for about 3.8 months, less than a single summer. So every famous person you can picture, passed. Before the leaves change, you'd out-earn almost every celebrity on the planet. Now we've reached the edge of the map. Because past this point, the numbers stop behaving like money. They start behaving like time itself. Welcome to the world of billionaires. There are only about 3,400 of them on the entire planet, out of 8 billion people. And here is where your intuition quietly betrays you. 1 million and 1 billion sound like neighbors. They are not. 1 million seconds is about 11.5 days. 1 billion seconds is almost 32 years. Same word, 1 letter different, and the gap between them is decades. So watch what happens to your magical machine. $1 billion, 3.8 months. You felt how far that already was. 5 billion, about a year and a half. 10 billion, over 3 years of earning without ever stopping. $25 billion, nearly 8 years. $50 billion, almost 16 years. 16 years, every second, never pausing, never sleeping, and you still wouldn't crack the top 50 richest people alive. Feel that shift? The same machine that made you a millionaire before lunch now needs your entire youth just to keep up with people who simply own things. And we still haven't reached the top. Now meet the people at the very summit. And keep one thing in mind, these fortunes rise and fall every single day because they aren't stacks of cash. They're mostly stock, moving with the market. Bill Gates sits at around $107 billion. To earn that, $100 at a time, about 34 years. A full working lifetime for one man's fortune. Bernard Arnault, the empire behind Louis Vuitton. Warren Buffett, the investor. Each near $150 billion. That's almost 48 years of non-stop earning. Mark Zuckerberg, north of $200 billion. 67 years. You'd begin as a child and finish as an old man. Jeff Bezos, over $250 billion. That is longer than most human beings are alive. And then there is the man at number one. As of the summer of 2026, Elon Musk sits near $1 trillion. For a brief moment after his rocket company went public, he was worth even more. $1 trillion. To earn that, $100 every second without ever stopping would take about 317 years. You would have had to start earning before your country existed, before the light bulb, before the telephone, before the car. And you would still be going today. So there's your answer. Could $100 a second make you richer than the richest people on Earth? No, not in your lifetime. Not in 3 of them. So let's do something better than envy. Let's turn these numbers into the only thing that truly matters. What they could do. A single hospital costs somewhere around $150 million to build. The fortune at the very top could build thousands of them and barely feel it. A brand new school? Around $30 million. A full year of school meals for a child in the developing world costs about $22. $22. $1 billion could feed 45 million children for a year. The entire national school lunch program of the United States runs on about $18 billion a year. The fortune at the top could pay for it for over 50 years straight. Estonia, an entire country, has a yearly economy of about $43 billion. The richest person alive is worth more than 20 of them. Now, to be fair, many of these people give staggering amounts away. One single pledge promised $45 billion to charity. One investor has given away close to $50 billion in his lifetime. These are extraordinary acts of generosity, and even they barely dent the mountain. That's not a villain story, it's a scale story. Here's the strange truth underneath all of it. The problem was never the billionaires. The problem is your brain. It was simply never built to feel numbers this large. $1 million feels enormous, and it is. $1 billion sounds like just a little more. But it isn't a little more. 1 million seconds is a week and a half. 1 billion seconds is a human generation. That invisible gap, the one your mind quietly skips right over, is the entire distance between comfortable and untouchable. So the next time you hear the word billionaire, don't picture a bigger pile of money. Picture time. Picture $100 a second, every second for 300 years. Because sometimes the biggest number isn't the one sitting in a bank account. It's the distance between what we think a billion means and what it actually is.